Sorry about that. So, a little bit more of the F1 2012 soundtrack. Because why not? The best in non-copyrighted intro music. Good to see you, Mr. JMCM20. JMCM20. God, that was a head slap. Yep, home track. See how it goes along here. Oh, come on, throat. Don't need to do this to me now. So, good to see Mr. JMCM and Mark. Welcome to Stafford for race number 4 of the Beach City Grand Tour. I can never ever say that. You're not late. You're maybe late by like 90 seconds or something. But this is the Rossi Brothers Repair Shop 100. Rossi Brothers Repair Shop, a repair shop of only like, I don't know, a quarter or half mile from the track. Thank you, Google Maps, for that one. When you're uncertain of if you're going to smaller tracks like this, and you're not sure what sponsor to put for the race, just find the track on Google Maps and see what small businesses are near there. Like I remember I did like some local farm for the second race, and for this one we're doing the local repair shop. Even if it's a fictional track, like it should give you a general idea of where the track is supposed to be located. Just throw it into Google Maps and see what's local, and there you go. Should be in good shape. So, anyways, go before you take 8 to 11 sponsored races there. That's just something I didn't throw out there. So yeah. And yeah, I probably could have asked for some input there, but all is good. So, all here. Yeah, you two are the only two here right now so far, which is surprising on a Saturday night. I guess everyone else is just off busy chilling. And oh, speaking of which, there's Matthew. Good to see you, man. Yep, pole sitter, Matthew Phillips. As a matter of fact, yeah, I'm rambling quite a bit here. Let's get a quick look at the top 10 starting positions while we wait for a couple other people to join. Matthew Phillips on the pole position in the number 5. Derek Hamill, number 7, to the outside. Then Patrick Smith and Wyatt Walker, 3rd and 4th. Jeff Scott and Diego Yepes. Jason Seed, hometown racer, in that 34 star and 7th, next to Evan Hunter. And then rounding out the top 10, Zachary Fitzwater and Samet Ozkan. A couple of international drivers. I think Samet Ozkan is international. I was watching the Airplay channel. It's funny. I think I may have seen a video or two from that channel. I'm not sure. As here are the full starting positions. Current point leader coming into this remains, I think, the 78 of Ben Crouch. Again, I think. I could be wrong. I probably should have looked, but just kind of went into this. 24th for the 78, as my throat is really dry. I just ate Burger King, which is probably absolutely wreaking havoc on my throat right now. So hopefully that hopefully it doesn't get too bad. I just chewed some chewing gum here, so hopefully that helps a bit. So good to see you here, Ben. There's Nathan. Color 33. Yeah, well, we'll just have to see what will happen. Yeah, I mean, that's the case when you sign up for just about any series. It's always, at least on my end, pure randomness. And welcome, Sean. So now we're getting a few people here. I think that we can go ahead and get this thing going. 50 laps here at Stafford, half-mile track. Should be some interesting racing. Chance of cautions is there. We shall see. Are we doing Cards Against Humanity after this? Maybe. I won't be streaming it because actually McLaren 302 is doing a Cards Against Humanity stream around 10 or 10:30, which I'm going to be in. But maybe. We'll see. And this is indeed a Northeast tour. It's called the Beach City Grand Tour. Beach City's supposed to be located essentially where Delaware is, so kind of sticking to that general vicinity. The farthest north that we will be going is Vancouver. I know that's really far north, but the track itself looks really good, so I think that's worth a try. And then for the championship race, I already know that will be down in Myrtle Beach. Yeah, I've already got the rest of the schedule planned out. I can go into that a little further, like when we're at a kind of a lull in the action during the race. Yeah, I'm with you. Let's get this thing started. Let's fire the engines. Let's go racing at Stafford.
Drivers, start your engines!
That is how you give a command. If only every command were like that. A little side note about this track. On the initial start here, the outside lane can actually make something happen. So Matthew Phillips is going to have to be pretty bold here in order to keep that number 7 behind him. As the pace car pulls in, we're already coming to the green, and we are racing. And as you can see, that is a great start from the 7. We'll see if we'll be able to clear the 5 or not. Seven with the run. The 5 keeps his nose down there. But Derek Hamill will lead the first lap. And he clears the 5. Derek Hamill to the point. Matthew Phillips second. Still side by side for third. And washing up the track goes Wyatt Walker. So Patrick Smith now clear in third. If we ever do a music series again, I'm deciding between couple others there. Beach Ridge in Maine is pretty good. Okay. I'll have to see if that is on the NR forums. If so, I might look into it as maybe a possible alternative to Vancouver. I should do a modified series. Well, this is kind of close. We will be going to Thompson. Dang it, throat. Why do you do this to me? We will be going to Thompson, which the late models race at. And the next race after this is going to be New Hampshire, like the Cup track. Speaking of Jason Seed there, he's currently battling Wyatt Walker. Caught on the high side is the 51 Diego Ypez trying to hold on up there. Still side by side back here. Or up here, Wyatt Walker, Jason Seed, 27 and 34 respectively. As Matthew Phillips already hunting around the track. Trying to see if he'll be able to do anything about that 7 car. Got Patrick Smith and Jeff Scott. A little bit of a 4-car pull away here. These two remain side by side. Okay. I think that Thompson is also in Connecticut. I'm pretty sure. Have I ever heard of the Harrisburg Heat? Don't think so. I've heard of Harrisburg, though. Obviously. Lap 7. These two remain side by side. This is for the last spot in the top 5. Neither can shake the other. Mark Davidson just waiting in the wings behind them, the number 98. Diego Ypez under threat from Roger Ray, the 24. That is for the 8th position. And then rounding out the top 10 currently, Zachary Fitzwater, Michael Canto. The caution flag has flown here with Derek Hamill in the race lead. Looks like trouble for Jonathan Rains. That's only 33. Okay, yep, that is 34 cars. So, looks like Jonathan Rains going for a spin, but I don't see any notable damage. Let's see what happened here. Returns 1 and 2. I was forcing an issue. There's the 1 and the 46. And just a bit of a stack up there, and a few cars going around, but no major damage for anyone in that. But Darius Dagger, Bob Bumpson, and Jonathan Rains getting the worst of that. I guess I've never heard of the Baltimore Blast. If you're probably talking sports teams, by the sound of it, and no, I cannot say that I ever. It is I would like to go there, but it's far from me. Okay. It seems like a pretty good track. When I did a little bit of a test run with it earlier, and it seems like a really good track. I really want to go there for this. As something's wrong with Henry Williams. He's come onto pit road and is coming off now, the number 10. He has front end damage by the looks of it. I'm not sure if something may have gone wrong, maybe possibly brake checking coming to the caution flag. But as long as the damage isn't too catastrophic, on these short tracks, damage usually doesn't hurt too much. So Derek Hamill, Matthew Phillips, Patrick Smith, Jeff Scott, and Jason Seed did indeed nip Wyatt Walker to the top 5 so far. So Wyatt Walker 6th, Mark Davidson 7th, Diego Pez, Roger Ray, and Zachary Fitzwater nipping Michael Canto to the top 10 under this caution. Again, they should not be pitting. That's where I have the fuel set to. If they do, well then the INI has broken. So full standings currently. Henry Williams does stay on the lead lap, but at the back of the field. So we'll see if he'll be able to make up any spots. I don't know. I still don't know. That's Nab. 13th, so has actually gained quite a few spots on where he started. Commence the random words. It's all good though. As long as you guys are having fun, that is the bottom line. Lights are out on the pace car, coming to the green flag when we take lap 13. And Michael, you have not missed much. We just had a relatively minor incident. Quite a few cars going for a spin, but no major damage. Coming to the restart. Pace car back onto pit road as the restart zone is actually in the 3 and 4 there, so that's interesting. But we're back to racing. Hamill holds the lead. Patrick Smith trying the inside lane on Matthew Phillips. And outside lane does get some pretty decent runs. This is also a track where you can run in either 3rd or 4th gear if you want to. That is entirely the driver's preference. As Jason C. looking underneath of Jeff Scott. Diego Ypez underneath Wyatt Walker. And Michael Canto in the move. Boy, it looked like he just almost gave the bump there to the Roger Ray, number 24. Funny because the pace car at Stafford still looks like that. Yeah, that is the default pace car, which just came with the mod, which is all good. As Yin Canario 54 trying to get into the top 10 now to get by Roger Ray. Matt Oskin trying to hold off Tom Jonas, using that high side to his advantage. Marcus Ypez and the number 4 of actually to the inside there, as it looked like Evan Hunter got clipped by the number 80. That's Christian Parker. Colton Yo is also in that battle. Colton Yo started way at the back and actually moves up and is going to spin Evan Hunter around. He keeps it straight though, and that might not be a caution. Jumps up in front of the 37. I don't think that'll be a caution. Nope, it was. That was indeed a caution. Derek Hamill remains in the lead. Patrick Smith getting to 2nd, ahead of Matthew Phillips, Jason Sean, and Jeff Scott. I think that is pretty obvious what just happened there. And, we'll get another look at it maybe from different angles. Evan Hunter spinning off of the bumper of the 28 of Colton Yo. Not sure if he just washed up the track or what. Take a look here. That is a terrible angle. That is still a terrible angle. Dangnabbit, no good angles. Alright, here. We'll do helicopter view and we'll be able to see. We'll do it in slow motion here. And I think the 28 was probably anticipating the 11 to move up the track by the looks of it here. Because the number 11 is kind of clear there, but the 11 just kind of stays low, and the 28 did not expect that. And that, I think, is what caused that. So, just a racing incident, all is good. But, Evan Hunter obviously losing a lot of track position as a result of that. But no damage. Just maybe flat spot the tires a little bit. But all is good. Single car accident. Or incident, I should say. As that is also the wrong button. I always have a tendency to do that. We already saw the top 5 there. Diego Ypez is now 6th. Mark Davidson 7th. Wyatt Walker falling to 8th. Still holding on to the top 10. Michael Canto and Yin Canario has gotten into the top 10 in that number 54. That's a nice pace car. I just noticed that. I love Delaware. I love Delaware so much now. We come to Maryland. Well, actually, the main reason for Delaware is because, well, that's the Beach City Grand Tour is named after one of my favorite TV shows. That is where that comes from. Although Delaware is pretty cool, and I've been to Maryland quite a few times. My aunt lives down there. It's pretty cool. Well, the pace car is the same style Charger. And it's a good charger. And, yep. So we're within 30 to go. Pace car's pulling in. Boy, I timed that perfectly. So taking lap 22 out of 50. After the second caution of the day, green flag back in the air. See if anyone has anything for the 7. As Jeff Scott looking to get back by the 34. Mark Davidson making a move on the 51. 34 getting a little tight there. And now a couple challengers side by side. Ypez and Canto, this 51 and the 65. And good to have you here, Brandon. It's been a little while, man. Great to see you. Nearly 3 wide here. Careful. Man, that was almost contact. Jason Seed on the high end of that. You don't want to be up too high. There's not much rubber up there. So we'll see if we'll be able to get back in line as we check back in on the lead. Actually up toward the front. Matthew Phillips now caught on the high side by Jeff Scott. Scott actually washes up the track. Gets into the 5. And could open the door for Mark Davidson. Mark Davidson's actually benefiting from some of this craziness so far. Patrick Smith still right on the tail of the 7. I am doing quite well, good sir. Doing quite well. As the caution flies yet again, and this time it's Roger Ray. Absolutely destroyed and smoking. That is going to end his day prematurely. Looks like it'll be a first DNF for the number 24. First DNF of the day. Coming out of turn number 2. And again, it's the 28, Colton Yo, although he got forced up there, but this time by the 16. Slammed into by first Nathan Stapleton, and then Darius Dagger. Then another hit from Henry Williams. So Darius Dagger, that number 1. His day is done. He's pretty far up there in the points, so that is not what he needs. Ben Crouch, by the way, is way back here. I saw you asking about that just a second ago. As everyone stacks up. But that is going to be a major hindrance. That is a lot of front-end damage on the 36. And then gets spun by the 75. But that won't matter. He'll be able to reclaim his spot in line. Although something tells me he'll need to come in and repair that. That is pretty bad. You can do a quick onboard here. You gets a good vantage point of this incident. Go on board with Nick Kennedy, the number 9, who is right behind this incident. Just misses it. Great driving job there by him and many others behind him as well. This is very similar to how the track really is. There'll be a stretch of green flag and then they can't stop crashing. Yeah, I did a lot of test racing and it actually looked pretty good. Like, we wouldn't see that too much as far as wrecks. As someone's coming on the pit road, not sure who that was. Looked like that may have actually been the 34, not sure. And yeah, someone's on pit road. Come on. There we go. It is the 34. So he might just be taking tires, because this track is actually very, very, very abrasive. And it's pretty hard on tires. So we'll see as the 36 on the pit road again. 34 comes off, giving up the 4th position. He was listed 4th there, although that was probably just because he took the shorter way around. So he'll be restarting toward the back. But we'll see. And good to see you, Diego. The Indy cars, I hope to maybe do the first race for that maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll see. On that, as yep, the 1 and the 24 are out, and the 36 is in really bad shape. He'll at least be a lap down, maybe even out of the race now. No, he's actually staying out there, and he's still in the lead lap, which is very impressive. So we'll see if Hamill will continue to be able to hold them off, as this is starting to get a little demo derby-like. Usually do 50 when the prize money is higher. I probably should have shortened it a little bit, but I was not expecting quite this many crashes. That's a green flag flies once again. Still Hamill in the race lead. Jeff Scott maybe looking to get by Patrick Smith. Smith with the run on the high side stays clear. Matthew Phillips still right on the tail in 4th. A bit of a gap back. Not sure if something may have happened. Mark Davidson actually looks like may have been caught out somewhere. But 20 laps to go here at Stafford. And IndyCar's here. I already have the schedule set, and these little local short tracks are not on that. We will be going to Hillside, which is in Vermont, so that might kind of be close. But that's a fictional track. As sneaking his way into the top 5 is Michael Canto, the 65. Diego Yepez in 6th. Side by side between Christian Parker and Mark Davidson. Ian Canario, and then Ayano Aishi, the number 4, has gotten himself into the top 10, or herself. I should say herself. You got cars going all over the place. 27 way up the track. That ain't going to work too long. Tom Jonas, that 21, trying to hold on. And looking up here, battle for second. Jeff Scott, Patrick Smith. Scott on the inside, which is slightly the preferred lane. The 29 trying to get the run off there, but gets a little loose. Has to catch it. Now opens the door for Matthew Phillips. Let's talk about the best realistic wreck fest ever. Last night's truck race. Sorry. And what is it about Steven Universe that I like so much? Well, okay, I will admit, maybe I overplay how, like, quote-unquote obsessive with it. Just for the sake of being funny. But on a legit note, though, the characters fascinate me. So with them going side by side, Derek Hamill has pulled a pretty comfortable gap on Jeff Scott. Scott going to try and close in on him, and is actually doing so. Pretty comfortably so far. Matthew Phillips is 3rd. And Smith is on the drop back here. Not sure if just suffered from an ill-handling race car or what. He's fallen to 5th. In between the two challengers. 65 and the 51. Kristen Parker 7th. And Mark Davidson still trying to hold off these two. Number 4 trying to make the outside work. Battle for 11th. Zachary Fitzwater and Colton Yo. These two have just been kind of near, if not just outside the top 10 in most of the races so far. And have been looking pretty good. Dale Salzman, Marcos Yepez side by side. And then Chris Hayden rounds out the top 15 at the moment. Mile track, 500K. Sounds like it'll be one heck of a race. We have 11 laps to go. The 36 is coming out of pit road. We'll see if that will cause an issue. Yeah, the 98 out of checkup for him there. Watch it. That 36 has been on and off of pit road quite a bit, and for obvious reasons. He is many laps down in the 32nd position. He's trying to make laps. Trying to see if he can get lucky with maybe any kind of late caution here or light crash. 10 laps to go. Derek Hamill just has to hold these two off. Matthew Phillips is on the charge right now. And is closed back in on Jeff Scott. Let's see if he'll be able to make the move. Michael Canto now under threat from Patrick Smith as Diego Yepez is falling back now. They can keep it in that. Christian Parker has gotten by. Up into 6th. These two are side by side. Now 9 laps to go. As this group back here is getting by the 36. Actually, I think the 36 came back down pit road yet again. Doing what he can just to get as good of a finish as he can. But 8 laps to go. Still Derek Hamill. But they're running a weird lane. Yeah, they're running about a lane off of the wall. Not sure what might be going on. Or what it is. Now 7 laps to go, and yeah, they're all running weird lines. Not sure if the tires are dead or it's just that's a matter of preference on how the car is handling. They're definitely driving weird with 6 to go, or coming to take 6 laps to go now. Stair Derek Caramel and Jeff Scott. Chevy SS. Then an Impala. Then you got a Toyota. I'm going to sneeze. Sorry about that. Michael Canto, Dodge Challenger, still staying ahead of Patrick Smith in that Camaro. A lot of different makes and models out here. This is pretty cool to see, but 5 laps to go. Scott search around the racetrack, trying to find a way around Derek Hamill's number 7. Don't count out Matthew Phillips quite yet. Battle still rages on back here. As Ian Canario and Diego Yepes are right on top of each other. I just am pointing that out because I looked in the chat there, and that's what I'm seeing. Is there the option to run a night race here? There was not a version that I saw. There might be somewhere, but this is the version that I downloaded, which is simply the day version. Is again the 36 trying to make another lap. Now 3 laps to go. Can Scott try and make the move? Or is Hamill going to be able to hold him off? Now just 2 to go. I think Scott might be slightly, ever so slightly quicker. But it is incredibly close. I think Matthew Phillips is actually the fastest of these 3. But it's by very, very tiny margins. Scott is going to need a massive charge here coming to the white flag to get the move done. White flag in the air at Stafford. Race number 4 of the Beach City Grand Tour. Hamill pulls about another half car length on the 32 there. 32 closes in on the outside. Drives it in there hard, so does the 7. And the 7 car is going to do it. Derek Hamill wins race number 4. Holding off Jeff Scott and Matthew Phillips, who will finish 2nd and 3rd. Michael Canto holds off Patrick Smith for 4th. So that'll be Smith rounding out the top 5. Christian Parker getting 6th. A slightly damaged Diego Yepes. It looks like that hood has crumpled a little bit. But Diego Yepes in the 7th position. Good run. Mark Davidson 8th. Ian Canario 9th. And the number 4 of Ayano Ishii, something like that. We'll finish in the top 10. We have a double-sided pit road here, which is always interesting. So a pretty interesting race there. Looking through the rest of the results, Zachary Fitzwater, Colton Yo, Chris Hayden, Marcos Yepes, Dominic Anthony round out the top 15 there. 27th for the hometown driver, 26th for the point leader coming into this race. It's Matt Oskin after starting in the top 10 way back down there. The dual pit road, yeah. You got pit boxes on this side and on the other side, which is something that you almost never see. As we look on through full race results, go ahead and get these exported, and we will get a look at the point standings. After that, a pretty good race, I think. Had a few cautions in there, which always spices things up a little bit. Not a good day for the Jonas Brothers, pun intended. It was not a very good viewership night, though. It's weird. You'd always think that it's not like I care too much, but I do notice, like, it seems like on the weekdays actually viewership is actually better than like on Friday nights or Saturday nights. Usually it's like the night of school almost. Oh, let's not go there. Let's not go there, Ben. Let's not go there, please. That is borderline religious and political, and I would like to avoid that at all costs. Good to see a Fluffy just missed the end of the race. But I'm going to go ahead and head to victory lane for the number 7. So, Mr. Derek Hamill, I expect you to do a dab for me the next time I see you. Let's head to victory lane. Then we'll get a look at the standings. Big congrats there. At number 7, Chevy SS. Really well done there, and yep, this track is the 2008 version. I think this was like one of only 2 versions that I saw or something. Not sure. But yeah, this track's from 2008. Next race will be at New Hampshire. I know that much. Beyond that, we'll have to see. Well, yeah, we'll just have to see. Mr. JMCM, if you could, while I pull up the point standings, if you could actually remind me what that track was that you were saying that's located in Maine. I'd be interested to see if this has that. I'm just saying that now because I know that the stream is on a slight delay. Ever so slight delay. I think I gauged it once. It usually ranges from about a 10 to 15 second delay on most streams that I watch. And it seems to be mostly pretty much the same for me, which is alright. So anyway, 4 races down. Here are the point standings. Next race will mark the halfway point. As we head on down here, Ben Kraut still holds it. It is only 6 points now. Dale Salzman second, Tom Jonas third, and then a tie for fourth between Matthew Phillips and Colton Yo. Zachary Fitzwater, Dominic Anthony, Mark Davidson, Brendan Gomez, and Darius Dodger are the top 10. Top 10 within 22 points of the leader. Beach Ridge, roger that. I'll be sure to look into that once this stream is over. Derek Hamill getting up into 12th with that finish. So, good one right there. Oh, Nate's my driver. If anything, I think that the 28 is the one that's going to be controversial after that, but it's all good. It's all good. Can I do it now? Yeah, I can do that now. Just to see if it has it. But currently, it looks like most laps led on the season going to Brandon Gomez, the number 70. Or with 70, that's the number 17. Not bad. So we'll see how things progress from there. So those are the full standings as you can see. After 4 races, again, next race will be at New Hampshire. I'll go ahead and take a quick glance at to see if Beach Ridge is here. That would be under short ovals, I imagine. And if these go in proper alphabetical order, it should be about here somewhere. Beach Ridge, there it is. A 0.33 mile track. I can give that a try. See how it works out. J.R. Franklin. Okay, yeah, I've gotten tracks from here before, so we'll see how it turns out. I'll have to do some testing to make sure the racing would actually be at least passable, or at least like reasonable, I should say. So yeah, we'll see. It's very small, but it has great racing. Well, we shall see. Just as Matron got here. Anyways, I think I'm going to wrap up this stream here. I need to stop talking for a bit because, yeah, McLaren 302 is having a Cards Against Humanity stream in about 2 hours. I'll be in that. If you guys want to tune in for that, that is entirely up to you. And I definitely need to save up my voice for that. When it was constant side by side. And that's pretty cool, but when it comes to NR, tracks which sometimes have fantastic racing can have absolutely the most boring racing that you'll ever see, and vice versa sometimes. Sometimes you get real life tracks which have terrible racing, such as Pocono. And depending on how you set things, the racing can be absolutely awesome. You just never know. So we'll see, but I'll definitely go and give that a download here while I'm here. So anyway, thank you for watching. Congrats to Derek Hamill on winning that race. Next race for this will again be at New Hampshire, and the next NCCS race will be at Atlanta. So hope to see you for that. And again, the IndyCar series will hopefully be kicking off Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll try and let those on Google Hangouts know, or of course if I do a stream like the day before, I'll try and say which day will be. I don't know. It only comes down to convenience. That's all there is to it. Thank you everyone for watching, and y'all have yourselves a good night. Take care, and bye for now.